Any questions? Well, guess not. Let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you all for being on. My name is Kayla, and you all have been watching my progress through these products. I got started through Tina, who's my boss, who got started through Stacy, who they met on Facebook. Me and Stacy have become fast friends, and he is helping me along quite nicely. He was at the event that I went to in Columbus and was really helping guide me through. So he's going to start and tell you his story, and then we will go from there. And I'm going to help a couple people get on because they're messaging me.
All right. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you for helping us set this up, getting your friends invited, because I know, like you said, you had a lot of friends watching, inquiring, what is Xyngular? What do we have to offer? How are we different? So we're going to take that time tonight and to go over a lot of these things. And we're even going to open it up at the end for you guys to ask questions, just in case you guys have questions. Maybe we missed some holes along the way that maybe you want us to clarify, whatever it might be. But let me introduce myself. I'm Stacy Loftus. Give you a little bit of background on me. I'm a retired Charleston police officer from Charleston, West Virginia. Did that for 22 years before retiring just a couple years ago. The last 8 years of my career, I have been working with Xyngular. It was introduced to me by a friend of mine. I was very skeptical, was really thinking, okay, I'm going to try this for a couple of weeks and I'm going to send it back because it has a 45-day, 100% money back guarantee. But what happened was the complete opposite. Um, in 8 days, I lost 11 pounds, went on to lose 30 pounds in 7 weeks. Energy level changed dramatically within just about 2 or 3 days. And one of the more important things that helped me with was to balance out the overall health of my body because things were not where they needed to be. And in 2 months, my body balanced out and became healthier than what I had been in many, many years. At that time, at the age of 38, I felt like I did when I was in my early 20s. I'm now 48, and I still feel like I did in my early 20s. So this is much more than just weight loss. Another thing I was really hesitant about was sharing the program. Even though I knew how great the products worked, um, I saw it for myself, even with some other friends that were using, I saw their results. But I really questioned, could I do this? For multiple reasons. One, I worked 50 to 60 hours a week at the police department. I felt like I didn't have time. And I actually told my friend that. I said, I work crazy hours. I don't think I have time to do this. Number two, I'm really not someone who promotes anything. It's not my personality. It's not who I am. So I gave her a very direct but polite no thank you when she first offered this to me. And what happened was 2 weeks into it, when people started noticing the results I was having, they were saying, "Hey, what are you doing to lose weight? I might be interested." And I thought, if I could help a few of my friends get started, because if they're asking what I'm doing, they're asking for help. That's 100% what that translates to. Anytime, then think about it. Anytime you ask someone how are they losing weight, I mean, yes, you're happy for them and you're proud of them and you're excited for them, but you're also wanting to know for yourself. And that's the way I looked at it. And I thought, if I could help the people that's wanting information on how they can get started and feel as good as I'm feeling, why would I not share it with them? And why would I not let the company pay me for doing that? With the intentions of only getting my products paid for. I thought if I could earn my investment back, pay for future products, and get the results I'm getting, it is 100% a win-win all the way around. So what happened was in 2 weeks, I earned my investment back that quick. Once I started promoting it, 2 weeks. And then I want to fast forward a little bit. 6 months down the road, we were able to pay off $26,000 in debt. And that came from me helping people get started. It had this trickle down effect. As I was helping people, their friends and family wanted to know what they were doing. So I started helping them help their friends and family. And their friends and family want to know what they were doing. So it had this huge trickle down effect to where we were able to pay off that debt within just 6 months. Now, My wife's a nurse. I was a police officer. We made good money, but we didn't make great money. And there's no way we could have paid off that kind of debt in 6 months if it was not for Xyngular. So during that time, I got my eyes open to this is a huge opportunity to bring in an extra income for our household and to do it from my house or wherever we might be. And what I did was the first thing I stopped doing was working overtime because this money started replacing what I was putting in for overtime. So, one, that allowed me to stay home and be present with my family more, starting really quick. Fast forward to some more things that this has helped with over the last 10 years. We have donated more money to charity, been very blessed to do that. Donated more money to our church, very blessed to be able to do that. The last 3 vehicles we bought, we've paid them off within 6 months to a year after purchasing them. We have paid off other debt. We remodeled our kitchen about 2 years ago during the pandemic. Sunk in probably $40,000, $50,000. Did not have to take out a home equity loan. We just used this money over a few months and took care of it. Where my mom was living, we remodeled her old house, sunk in about $50,000. She was not burdened with the loan. We were not either. We were able to do this for over a few months and take care of it. And that's just a handful of the things that we've been able to do financially with the money. The biggest thing is it has allowed me to retire at the age of, say, I was 46 when I retired. So I retired about 5 years early from the police department. There's no way I could have retired that early if it wasn't for this opportunity with Xyngular. And it's not just about I'm retired. It's about what my life looks like now. And what do I mean by that? It means I get to keep my grandson every day when he's not in school. He went to preschool this past year, picked him up at 2:30, got to spend about 2 to 3 hours with him every day until his mom got off work. And then this summer, which our summer is getting ready to come to an end, but we have spent every day, Monday through Friday, together. And there is no way I'd have the opportunity to be able to spend that kind of time with him if it wasn't for Xyngular. So it's not just about being able to make the income. It's not being able to say, okay, I retired early from the police department. It's about the life that it's given me. And there's nothing else that I've seen out there that would allow me to live the life that I'm living now. And it's such a blessing to be able to do that. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is the community here. I didn't get here on my own. I didn't get here by being lucky. I got here by being connected to some of the best people in this company. And what I love is it doesn't matter whose line or whose team you're on. We all work together. And Melissa Adams, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, she has become one of my very best friends. And her and I, before Xyngular, did not know each other. We do not work on the same team, but we team up together and work a lot. And one of the reasons we do it is, one, we enjoy it. We become good friends. We love to work together. But two, as we help grow the company has a bonus. And Russ may go into this in a little bit more detail in just a minute. But as the company grows, our bonuses get bigger. So it incentivizes us to work together and grow the company together. So as everyone else is successful, it helps us become successful. And I love that model of how they've got it set up, that we just work great together. And it's not just Melissa. I mean, I work probably the closest with her, but there's other lines and other team members throughout Xyngular that I work with. And we bounce ideas off each other. We do Zooms like this together. We do trainings together. But it's this community, the way it works, is what's going to help you guys be successful as well. And that's something that I know a lot of places don't provide, but we do. And we pride ourselves in the community that we have. It is very unique. And I guarantee you will not find it anywhere else. And I even tell people, with me being a police officer for 22 years, I am closer and feel more of a brotherhood / sisterhood here in this than I ever did with the police department. And that says a lot. So that's my background, my story. We got Russ Cowie on here. He is the VP of Field Development. And what does that mean? That means he helps us. We've got a direct connection to corporate who helps us daily. And then he has regional people that's kind of under him that helps different regions out. But he is an amazing go-to. He's helped me with a lot of different things, with different Zooms, different trainings. But that is something else that's unique with us is our corporate members, they work with us. That they put their heart and soul into making sure that we have everything we need to be successful. So the leaders in the company, they can deliver that down to their whole team. And that's the way they operate. They look at the field and look at us and say, what do they need? What can we provide for them? What can we help them with to be successful? And that's one of the things that Russ Cowie does day in and day out. So, Russ, I'm going to bring you on because I know you've got a lot to talk about, and I don't want to take up any more time. So, brother, I'm turning it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Stacy, so much. And thank you, everybody, for being here with us tonight. You know, just as Stacy had highlighted and pointed out, this truly is a unique company in so many ways. And I know sometimes that can sound a little cliche, but I'll give you my background here just really briefly. I've always been on the corporate side of the network marketing companies I've been part of. Xyngular is the fourth one over about 18 years span. And I take great pride in that. I have many friends in this industry on the corporate side, and for one reason or another, they tend to bounce. And so in that same time span, to have 10 different companies under their belt is not unusual. The truth of the matter is those individuals may have not just worked harder. You know, they may have didn't capture the vision of what the company represented for one reason or another. But what I can tell you is this. In my experience with being in the industry for so long, having many different friends in the industry, and then my own personal experiences, Xyngular is indeed unique, highly because of one of those things that Stacy just talked about with the community of who we are as a unit and as a family. There is great benefits that are rewarded because, or within the compensation plan that fosters this behavior. But I think even more so, the company established by Rudy Revac, Mark Walker, other names that you'll hear, really wanted this type of a community early on. And so they set that foundation, that culture early within the company, and something that they still believe today. It's with great pride that we focus on, you know, the tenets of what we look at as a community is we focus on God, family, Xyngular. And to me, being able to say that is a beautiful thing because it really, again, gets to the heart of human beings and the heart of what people are about. And so we want to open our arms to every single person, all walks of life, and be able to welcome them to our culture, but we stay true to our culture. And I look forward to being able to take this and expand it around the globe. We are currently in Canada, Mexico, United States, Philippines, and then a couple of other Latin America countries that Cliff is working hard. And Cliff is one of our Latin directors on the corporate side as well. And so he's expanding and growing there. But having been around the globe in this industry, I know there's a lot of people that are around the globe that are looking forward to having Xyngular in their country. I know that because I've talked to them. And when the appropriate time comes, we'll get there. But what that tells me is that there's a tremendous amount of opportunity that exists here with Xyngular. We look at where we're at in the United States, in the communities, in the cities, in the states that we're in. And gratefully for you all, the timing is amazing. You still have so much potential to go out and capture a large market share. So that then as we continue to expand internationally, that's just going to open up some additional breadth for you, for Stacy, and for Melissa and others as well. So I'm really excited about being able to set those foundations true. But what we really want to, again, key in on are principles, universal principles, things that just are timeless that work. And that's where, again, we'll continue to drive in some training and some camaraderie about learning from each other and being able to grow with each other, which is a beautiful thing. That makes Xyngular unique to me in all of those different areas. speaking of the compensation plan, I think that's one of the most incredible things, having looked over, and I'm not even kidding here, dozens and dozens of compensation plans over my years, and looking at the details and the terms and conditions and all the different things that companies put in there to create gotchas, because the company are looking for ways to create breakage that will go back to the company. Well, here's what's beautiful that Mark and Rudy did early on, is they established a very simple compensation plan, one of which that has 3 key highlights: daily pay, which is incredible. You can get paid every single day of the month with the work that you do. Most companies are once a month, right? So the fact we have daily pay that we offer, we also offer a minimal structure within the compensation plan, meaning other compensation plans will require maybe a further breadth of enrollments, and of those personal enrollments, they have to hit a certain rank before you can even move up. But here, 2 legs, 60-40, 60% in one, 40% in the other. And then from that volume will all feed into you. Now, we will teach highly about always going wide, because the more width that you go, it creates more potential of earnings for you. But just the fact that there's a minimal structure there that's not going to be hard and complicated and convoluted and all those things that just create horror stories within the industry and compensation plans, I can promise you each one of you will grasp this really, really quickly. And then the last one is the pools. Yeah, just like Stacy mentioned, how beautiful it is that within the markets we're in, although small, each one of those individuals at a manager rank, an early rank, are contributing to this pool that's paid out globally through all the other markets and all the other individuals, which I love, absolutely love, because again, it fosters that behavior of community. That working with different lines and different organizations means that the rising tide brings up all ships, and the money that gets put in that pool is again shared and distributed throughout the entire company. So that in itself fosters a beautiful thing, where most comp plans where they have pools, they're either reserved for just a portion of the field, maybe, and usually at the top ranks. Here we have a different structure and a different way that we look at that, and we reward those individuals. But it's with a great pleasure to be able to talk about a company that is so pure, so fundamental in their thought, their culture, their beliefs, and the simplicity. And so all that we ever ask anybody to do is to simply go out there, talk to individuals, get to know their needs, understand that they have a desire, they have hopes, they have dreams, just like each one of you do. There's things that you want, there's things that you want to accomplish and achieve, or challenges you want to overcome. And as we identify those needs and we highlight those needs, I promise that there will be a solution that Xyngular can provide in most of the areas of life, right? If they want to travel, we got a beautiful passport program. The passport program is amazing, where you'll have opportunities to travel around the world as you just continue to go and drive your compensation and your ranks. You'll get rewarded gratefully with that. You'll learn more about that, but I tell you, that's a huge portion. So if people have hopes and dreams of travel, we can provide that for them. If they want to be able to make a significant income, we can provide and show you how through, again, the simplicities. If people want to, again, look at just the idea of having a community and that culture and being part of something, listen, we are definitely here opening our arms and saying, come and join us. And then that's, of course, all fed by some fantastic products, award-winning products, which, again, I don't know if highlights enough that most companies are simply going to fairy dust with ingredients, meaning they just put in a little bit, but we look at putting in therapeutic quantities of raw ingredients so that the results and the desired effects from those products you receive when you consume those. And so we're very, very proud of our products. In fact, we talk about them so much, but they're not on trial, meaning there's so much confidence that we have in them that we just want to be able to get them into more people. And in doing so, we're able to feed a beautiful company and continue to have some incredible success as we move forward with this opportunity. So we're really looking forward to having all of you join us and be part of this with us. And just know, from a corporate side, I love locking arms with our fantastic leaders. Again, Stacy, incredible man. Melissa, who I will introduce right now, is such a wonderful, kind, loving person. We have spent a few times on the beaches of the world together already, and it's just a great, great pleasure to be able to work with amazing people who do have a heart-centered focus and approach, which again, I love about this company. And so I'm going to turn it over to Melissa and have her share some things as well. And you'll definitely feel her spirit and see her smile as she shares some thoughts with you as well.
Thank you, Russ. What an introduction. Appreciate that. And y'all, when I tell you, like, he's from corporate. I don't know about you guys, but I have a corporate America background. That's where I came from. I worked I was in upper management in a finance company. I had spent 25 years building that career. Doors wasn't open to the owners and to the VPs and all that in my company like they are here, because not only do they value what you say, they hear you, like you feel heard. And I see a lot of women on here, and sorry, Stacy, but a woman in corporate America has to work a lot harder than a man does. And I never felt heard. There's never been a job that I ever went to that I felt heard. And who would have ever thought, a network marketing company would have given me the things that I deserve. I work hard for, and they listen and they value. I feel valued. I don't feel like a number, which I just think is just amazing. And it's just because of the people like Russ and the ones he was talking about, Mark Walker and Rudy Reback and Curtis Call, the ones that are running heading the ship and steering the ship. I mean, they make you feel like that. They make you feel important. They make you recognized. I mean, just the things that everybody wants to feel, you can feel that here. I started 8 years ago, and I had tried it all. I'm from Georgia. I know that a lot of you are not. Y'all are from other states, but I'm from Georgia, and I had tried it all. And I hope Stacy doesn't mind, but I found my first picture, and I'll tell you about this girl right here. She was in a bad place and had no hope, and the doctor told her that if you don't do something, you're not going to be here to see your daughter graduate high school. And I knew I had to do something, and I had tried everything, like a lot of people. You try a lot of things, and nothing was working. I could lose it and then I would gain it back. I would lose it and I would gain it back. And I made the decision to have gastric bypass surgery. They told me that was going to last forever. They lied. They lied big time, because it wasn't. But 5 years, I lost over 100 pounds. 5 years, had gained it back. Almost all of it, not all of it, but I was well on my way. If I had not found this, I would have. My girlfriend kept telling me, there's something my niece is doing. You just got to try it. You just got to try it. And I'm like, you get burnt out after you've spent so much money and you've tried so many things and you get so many empty promises. You really don't think nothing's going to work. But she said these words to me. She said, what if this is the one thing that you don't try that would have worked? And she said, of course, and then you got the money back guarantee. I'll help you send it back if it doesn't work. But I honestly ordered it to get her to stop calling me. She called me every day for 30 days. And I'm so grateful that she bugged the crap out of me for it. But I finally said yes. And when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So I did it. And the first week, you feel different. And I think that's one of the things that we're in an instant gratification world. You need those instant results. You need to see the scales move. You need to feel something. And that's what happened. And ended up losing back my weight and feeling amazing. And the cloud lifted. I'm healthier now at 52 than I was at 30. I got 3 little grandbabies. I can keep up with them and all the things. And just like Stacy was saying, I wasn't looking for an income opportunity. I was in upper management at a finance company. I've been there for 25 years. I worked from the bottom up. But what I wasn't expecting was so many people that were desperate, just like I was. So many people that were looking for that. They had that one strand of hope that they were just waiting on me to tell them, you know what, I finally found what's working. And they were seeing the difference, and how could you not tell them? I would have done it for free. Sorry, Russ. I really would have, y'all. I would have told people for free. But this corporate office, they started compensating me just for telling people what what was working. And it wasn't but about I got my products paid for before my credit card statement ever hit. So I didn't say anything for the first couple of weeks, and then people started noticing, because I lost 12 and a half pounds in 8 days, and I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. I dropped a whole size in 2 weeks. It was insane. And so people were just like, okay, give it up, sister. What you doing? So I just started telling them, and I started getting compensated. I got my products paid for, which, I was just like, well, that's great. That no other company does anything that fast. I mean, let's go. And then the next thing, over the next 3 months, I was paying for all of my products. I was paying for my husband's products because he got his fingers into them, and I was paying my car payment. And then in about 6 months, I was paying for my products, my car payment, and my house payment, and my insurance. And in a year, and you got to understand that this was not anything that I was, working 6, 8, 12 hours a day. I was fitting this into a 60-hour-a-week work week, traveling 3 to 4 days a week. I was doing it at red lights. I was doing it in hotel rooms at night. I was doing something every day, but it was not anything that was scheduled time or a lot of time. It was in the times that I could find. And by the end of the first year, I was making a part-time income. I was making about $2,500 to $3,000 a month fitting it in. And then I was just like, well, that's how my brain works. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I started really becoming intentional with this, because this is a lot of money. This was changing our lives. That $3,000 a month on top of that was paying for my daughter. I had a daughter in college. Y'all, if y'all think kids don't get more expensive the older they get, you're crazy, because I had a daughter in college and she was getting money from me every week, and just all the things. And so I said, I wonder what would happen if I started becoming intentional and started like setting hours and doing it. And I started working Xyngular on the weekends. Every spare moment, I turned off the TV, started doing things and being very intentional. And 1 year later, so it was 2 years, almost to the day that I started, I had way exceeded the income that it had taken me 25 years to get to. And I walked away from a 6-figure job income to do Xyngular full time. And I got so much from that. I got, I can't even tell you the value that time has. I was able to be at the birth of my grandchildren, all of them. Well, the first two, the third one, I had to keep the first two in order for her to have the third one, but I got to do that. My mother had open heart surgery. I was there. I got to be her caretaker. I didn't have to ask anybody for time off. Talk about the travel. Let's talk about the travel a minute, because before we started, my husband's mother lives in Panama City Beach, Florida, on the beach. That was our vacation. We went, it was free. So that's where we went for vacation. I didn't even have a passport, did not even have a passport. And I have earned 16 all expense paid trips for they send me and my husband in 8 years. We have been I can't even, that's how I got to be such good friends with Stacy, because we've traveled the world together. I've been on 2 cruises. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Mexico. I don't know how many times. I've been to Sundance, Utah, which is my favorite place in the whole world, 3 times. I coerced myself into getting that trip a lot. I figured out ways to do that. I've been to Park City, Utah. I've been to Dubai. I had to look on a map. I didn't even know there was such a place as Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I mean, it's just things that you just don't even know. The one I'm working on now is Bora Bora. I mean, I found out I love to travel. I love to travel so much. I've become addicted to it. I've become a hotel snob because they don't just put you in this little, they do 5-star. I can't even go anywhere anymore because I seriously expect the treatment that Xyngular gives me. It's 5-star all the way. They have someone picking you up and taking you to the hotel and then getting all your meals. The only thing I pay for is souvenirs. That's it. And then the Founders Club trip, they even give you money to buy souvenirs. It's crazy. They hand me $300 cash. And it's just like those kind of things. But to be able to for them to value my husband, who has sacrificed time for me to build this, they value him enough to pay for every single thing that I do. They pay for him to go with me. That means a lot to me because I know I've talked to a lot of people and a lot of companies, they just pay for one. And that's hard for when you're not, way up there to find the income to pay for your spouse to go. They pay for him. That means a whole lot. When they say God, family, Xyngular, they mean that. I have never once been to an event where they've asked me to speak on stage where they filter anything I say. I'm a Jesus girl. I mean, he is everything. And they do not tell me I can't say it. I get to be me. I get to show my values and who I am. And they don't stop me from doing that. That means a lot to me. Showed me that these are my people. I am in the place where I need to be. And, it's just the camaraderie and the community that Stacy was talking about is so real because I've met my best friends in the whole world. It's the family you never knew you needed. That's what you get. You get the weight loss and you get the products. Those are great, but you get something you don't even know that you need. You get a whole family of people. It's not even about Xyngular. It's just like Stacy said, I don't make any money off him. He doesn't make any money off me. But I'm going to tell you something. If that man needed me or his wife needed me at any time, he could call and I'd be on the next plane out. Because that's what the community does. We are your people. And if you're looking for a tribe and a place to feel that belonging, this is it. I didn't know I needed it, but I can't even imagine not having it. I would never leave just because of the people that's here. And that's what I would just ask you, what if this is the thing that you've been looking for? I know people have been burned and I know that you've been through things and people have made promises and it just didn't happen. But what if this is the place? What if this is the one thing that really works and you don't take a chance on it? You've got an opportunity right here and all you got to do is say yes. That's the only decision you'll make by yourself. You say yes by yourself. The rest of it, you're going to have a whole group of people who are going to lock arms with you. They're going to encourage you and motivate you and uplift you and pray for you and celebrate you. But they're also there when life happens. When times are tough, when things that don't even have anything to do with Xyngular happen in your life, because they do, you got people who are going to be there for you and hold up your arms when you can't hold them up yourself. They're going to help you stand when you can't stand yourself. This is what you get with this. And I would just say, if nothing changes, nothing changes. You're worth taking a chance on, just one more chance. This will be the last time you ever have to do something for the first time, because this is a place where you can belong. It's a place where you can get all the nutrition that you need, all the products that you need. You can get the income that you need. I've been sitting in, I don't know if y'all can see, we just built our dream house. I mean, that's my view. Xyngular gave me all of that, things I didn't even know that were possible. They've made all my dreams come true. What is it that you're dreaming of that you can't get doing what you're doing? Because this can give you anything that you can dream. And you've got people that are going to help you do it. And you've got a company that is world class that's going to be there for you too. But thank you for letting me talk. Thank you for being here. And I can't wait to meet all of you and you become a part of us. And I want to turn it back over to Kayla. Kayla, thank you so much. And I'm so excited about your journey and where you're going. I can't wait to watch you soar, girl.
Thank you all so much. This has been amazing. To everybody who hopped on, thank you. Thank you for being part of this. I am thrilled. Not only have I lost 12 pounds in the short time that I've been doing this, I've made over $400. And that was, basically from like I think I have 11 customers. And if you were with me before, y'all know that did not happen. It just didn't. So please know what is right in the palm of your hand. This is going to be huge. The momentum is crazy. The events are spectacular, and there's one coming up, their biggest one, and it's right here in our backyard in Louisville. So if you're ready, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for us to lock arms and let's do this. These products, I mean, like you said, it is a little cliche to say, but they are seriously changing my life. I never thought that I would feel normal after my hysterectomy. And I feel amazing. Little things that Tina saw a difference in me because she sees me on a daily basis more than my husband. But you know, she sees a change in me on the daily. So I'm ready, y'all. I hope you're ready because we're going to make this, I mean, we're going to move mountains. So thank you all for hopping on. I will see you all back in my group. Send me a message if you're ready, and let's do this. You all, thank you so much for just giving a few minutes of your time this evening, because this has been wonderful. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everyone. If anyone wants to stay on to unmute themselves and ask questions, stay on, ask questions. We'll stay on for just a little bit and answer any questions you guys have.